Yes, people, welcome back to Leicester Premier League. It's a new week, and you know what that means? It means the weekly review show. And fuck me, what a weekend of football we had to watch. As you'll see, no Chelsea fans, no Arsenal fans. I have some suspicions on why they might be unavailable. In my defence, I didn't ask any Chelsea fans. I didn't think they would want to relive whatever horrific story that was. And bless Sulz, he did come on yesterday to receive what I would call a gentle roasting from the Liverpool lot and myself. But before we get into all of that, make sure that you've hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, the only channel that will have all of these lovely shows for you. Where else do you find all of these lovely shows? Nowhere. And then we've also got some comments. Craig, yes, boys. Hi, Tom. And is Kenny Manchester United news? He is.
Yeah.
Kenny, I believe, is his real name. Believe it or not. But where better? Normally, the way we would do this is we go through the games as they happen. So that leads us straight to Stamford Bridge, and oh my God, that was embarrassing. It finished Chelsea 2. West Brom Albion 5. Tom, we'll start with you, mate. That is embarrassing.
That is what the Premier League's about. That's why it's the best league in the world. No other league do I expect to see 19th place stick 5 past the most informed team in the league. Many could argue before that game.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Big Sam seems to have Chelsea's number. He always seems to find a way to grind out results. And that was such a good performance from West Brom. I wouldn't be surprised if they did manage to stay up. If they can play like that, what's stopping them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, if they play like that, but this is West Brom, they don't play like that, and that's sort of how it is. But is that something that can derail the season for Chelsea? I mean, Tuchel's going to have a job to do to keep spirits high and all of that.
Well, if you've read the news today, you'll see he's felt that there's already been a fight in training between Rudiger and Kepa. You know, the worst part about this for Chelsea is it's come right before the biggest games of the season against Porto. That's the worst part. If they can get through Porto, they'll be fine. But let's say they slip up against Porto, might just be a downward spiral from there out to the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's come at the worst time as well with all of the. I think Jurgen described it perfectly: a 9-game sprint till the end of the season, and that is in theory how it is. Craig saying hi, Kenny. No Domini. No, the other half of Domini, Gini, will be on at 9. Dom is unavailable. Question for the panel: Chelsea awful or West Brom brilliant? You can't say both. Got to lean towards one.
West Brom brilliant because of the record. If it was 11v11, then it's probably Chelsea awful. But West Brom really made good use of that out of their advantage, so I can only give them credit.
Yeah. Matt?
It'd be unfair to say Chelsea awful and not give credit to West Brom because they haven't had much this season, so it is nice to see them do a wee bit well. And their star player, Pereira, actually stepped up. He hasn't been stepping up all season, so he actually had a good game against Chelsea. So it was good to see. It basically confirmed top 4 for us as well, so that's perfect.
Yeah. And Kenny? Chelsea awful, West Brom brilliant?
Probably, I think West Brom. I think West Brom. I want to say brilliant, just because of the step up in performance in these past few weeks, where they have got themselves back into the relegation battle, and it's a massive step up in performance. I think Chelsea were bad, but they weren't helped out by the red card, and I think that red card gets an otherwise absolutely atrocious performance. It does make it understandable a bit, although it's still embarrassing. There's still no excuse for it. But I think I'm more leaning towards West Brom brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really disagree with that, to be fair. Yeah, of course, Chelsea were poor. And less so Chelsea, more Tuchel. My issue is Tuchel, right? Because when he had that man down, he went and chucked Christensen on. Instead of changing it up, going to a flat back four, possibly bringing in one of them DMs to sort of sit there, to allow the sort of attacking prowess of the likes of Pulisic and all of that. I think Tuchel got it wrong, and this is going to be a learning curve for him. Because he went and chucked on a centre-back and took off Pulisic. Now, Pulisic, for me, was one of the better Chelsea players. He's having to be sacrificed.
Pulisic got injured.
Oh, he got injured, did he?
Yeah, there's a video from like the American broadcasters which shows him go out for the warm-up, like for the second half, and try and suck up the first cone and pulling up. He'd originally subbed off Werner. That's why Werner was late coming back out.
No. He made that change in the first half.
No, he didn't. He made it at half time.
I swear he made it.
He tried to sub off Werner, and then that's why Werner was late coming out. He had to put his kit back on. He'd been subbed off for half time. Come out, but Pulisic pulled up in the second half warm-up.
I swear he took him off in the first half.
It was Ziyech who he took off.
Yeah, it was a half-time.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. I've just seen it. Yeah, that he took off Ziyech, brought on Christensen, then subbed off Pulisic for Mount, which actually wasn't a major issue. So, yeah, I got that one a bit wrong there. But still, to take off the attacker of Ziyech, probably he went too negative for me, and that didn't really work. We have got, I believe, Matthew back in the background. I swear. Why is it? Matt, I'll add you in a minute. That might be why. But Kenny, what were your thoughts on the West Brom game?
I think, yeah. I mean, I did say I thought West Brom would win just because I think the thing is with West Brom is that towards this sort of stage of the season is where teams like West Brom no one really expected them to only be be where they are basically. And they just start getting desperate points. That's what I thought would happen. But what ended up happening, they took advantage of what Chelsea did. What Tuchel did. Putting Ziyech off in the first half, which I think he should never have done that. And they took advantage of it, and they managed to exploit Chelsea. And that was really what Chelsea's downfall was, because what I said wouldn't have happened also Jorginho, I just want to have a quick say. He was absolutely woeful. I don't know what's happened to him this season, but this season he's been absolutely atrocious, especially that game. He was probably the reason that Thiago Silva got sent off, because Thiago Silva was forced to, I don't really have the word coming to me right now, but to basically help his mistake.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Jorginho was poor. There's no doubt about that. He's been very good for most of Tuchel's games, but today, Saturday, he was woeful, absolutely horrific. Never have I seen a player play so badly.
Did Kante play?
Don't think so. I think it
was
Jorginho.
I think it was
Kovacic, wasn't it? Yeah, Kovacic and Jorginho.
There's your answer. Because Jorginho needs Kante next to him, because Kante will do all the running. Jorginho hasn't got that in. Jorginho isn't suited to this league. I've been saying it since he arrived. He's too slow. His style of play is better suited for Italy.
Yeah.
Not in the Premier League. He's not going to get the time. Kante does the running. Kante does the tackling. And then Jorginho looks good. But Kovacic and Kante is the best partnership. If anything, I'd rather have Mount in the midfield instead of Jorginho. Because Mount will probably work harder. Be a better fit in there.
Yeah. What were you saying, Matt?
He's been their best player this season, Mount. I think.
Yeah.
Mount's been
Without a
class.
shadow of a doubt, he's been class.
I
Oh.
don't think they're getting top 4 though. I don't think Chelsea will get top 4.
Shh.
I've been saying it all season. I don't think they've been getting top 4.
No, I'm not
Oh,
on about
Jesus
that.
Christ. Yeah, no, I saw Cooper.
I've just what? Nah, Dama Traore just stood on someone's hand. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it was Kufels. I don't know pronounce it.
Yeah, Kufal. Yeah, that's the one. He's
Yeah.
gonna have that. That's every bone in your hand broken, mate. Like, you've just had a Dama Traore land on your. Oh, that is ow. That's a bit painful. Obviously, we will keep you updated with what's going on at Molineux. It's currently 2-0 to West Ham. 28 minutes gone. There's no way we're going to let Chelsea off this easily. Tom, I wanna get your viewpoint on the changes that were made after the red card. What do you think Tuchel did it the right way, or do you think that he went?
With hindsight, we can sit here and say he did it the wrong way. But at the time,
I love hindsight. At
that time, I agreed with the sub because this Chelsea team under Tuchel is laying this 5 at the back that he wants to play. And he will have thought that his back 5 out there would have been enough to stop a West Brom team whose top scorer before that game had 4 goals. And it didn't happen. With hindsight, you should put on the midfield and play a 4-3-2. But at the time, he wants to keep that back 5 consistent so the wing backs should stay doing what they do, bombing up and down. And maybe get something out of Werner up front, running behind. So I think it's a wake-up call for him. He now knows he has to shore up a midfield in a Premier League game if he goes down to 10 men. Because if you lose the midfield battle, anyway, you're a bit fucked. If you lose it when you've got less men, you're asking to concede 3 goals. So I think it's a learning curve for him. But at the time, I thought he made the right change.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. Big up to DC in the chat, up the Villa. We'll be talking about Villa. They had a good weekend as well. The real Egyptian is Trezeguet. I think you can have that argument another time. Matt, did you agree with Thomas's changes?
I think Chelsea
sort of keep consistent with that back 5.
They played too safe for a team again. Like West Brom, that's far too safe. Playing a back 5 against West Brom. You should be attacking them. You shouldn't be. You should be trying to help your goal difference against West Brom, not losing 5-2. I know we drew with them as well, but we didn't.
But at least you didn't. I know the United team were a bit shit, but even you didn't let them score 5 last year.
Even losing 2-1.
You have got a woeful defence.
Yeah, losing 2-1 against West Brom would have been embarrassing. Fucking 5, that's horrible. Genuinely.
The draw was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. I was fuming with the draw against them. But genuinely, no doubt in my mind that Chelsea are not getting top 4. Liverpool or West Ham will get it above them.
That's a
or
shout.
Tottenham, even Tottenham.
No, I don't know if I'd go that far. Drawing 2-2 with Spurs is not the way. With Newcastle isn't the way to go. Kenny, before we move,
not quite losing 5-2 to West Brom.
The thing
not
is
quite
Chelsea
losing 5-2, but
they have a terrible run in. They've got City, Arsenal, and Leicester.
Yeah.
In the last 4 games.
At least one of them games is winnable.
And they haven't had a spectacular performance under Tuchel yet either. Like, it's just all been average.
Arsenal always produce against Chelsea for some reason.
Nah, because he'll play. The reason I say Arsenal is because he'll play the old fogies. You'll see the likes of Lacazette, Aubameyang, Willian trotting it out, producing a pile of horse manure. Absolute crap, them not are. But we'll get into that one.
When you look at the fixtures, I know it's just off topic a bit, but when you look at the fixtures, top 4's West Ham's to lose. They only play Leicester and Chelsea and Everton out of the team. They play Brighton, West Brom, Southampton, Burnley, and Newcastle. That's 5 teams in the bottom half, and they're full of confidence. And they don't have any other games to worry about.
Declan
They can just focus.
Declan Rice is injured, so that will be.
Declan Rice being injured didn't help Wolves.
That's true. That is true.
They'll be fine. They will be fine without him.
They got
They will
two
be
checks
fine
as well.
without
They
him.
just need to play double pivot.
I mean, we've got United, Leeds, Aston Villa, Newcastle, West Brom, Southampton, Burnley, and Palace. You know, normally I'd be going, "Oh, that's a decent running," but with our fucking form against the bad teams
Tom,
this year, I wouldn't be so sure.
You haven't told us the real thing there. How many of them are at Anfield? That is the question.
Villa, Newcastle, Southampton, Palace.
Yeah, you fucked.
Antonio's coming up there.
That's like 4 or 5 too many games for Anfield this year. But we will move on. But before we do move on, let's give West Brom some credit. Let's obviously big up Fat Sam and Chippy Allardyce. Tom, I'll let you do that first because I shan't be doing much of it.
Well, I think when we did the manager's tier list, I made my opinions on him clear. You know, I think he's a brilliant manager. He's a brilliant manager, and he doesn't get enough praise because he's Fat Sam with these Brexit tactics. He gets results when he needs them.
Mate, it ain't fucking Brexit. It ain't Brexit tactics. It's fucking UKIP tactics.
He gets results when
I'm
he needs
surprised
them.
he
And you
hasn't.
know what? They might well stay up this season.
I think
I'm surprised he hasn't. I'm surprised he hasn't got a boat to fill up with illegal immigrants. DC saying, wait, what game is on? It is Wolves versus West Ham. 2-0 to West Ham at the moment, 35 minutes into the game. Matt, Sam Allardyce, I'll let you have praise him.
Never been a bad manager. He done well at West Ham. He done okay. Everton were in a relegation. People seem to forget when he took over at Everton, they were in a relegation battle and he took them to 9th. His work there was actually quite underrated, and he got sacked for some reason. So he's not a bad manager. He's just not a top manager, is he? But he's a good average manager.
Should never have been given the England job, to be fair.
No,
Kenny?
100% win rate. Don't slag him off.
Fuck off. Add context to that win rate. We scored in like the 91st minute, and we literally nearly drew.
Did you score there?
And it was his one and only game in charge before literally fucking it up.
What a guy.
1-0. He won.
Well, yeah, I know he won, but to be fair, it was one game. But I can hate Sam Allardyce, and I will. But Kenny, you give Sam some flowers, and then we move on.
Just before I talk about Big Sam, West Brom's running. They only have 3 sides from 9th to 1st, which are Arsenal, Leicester, and Liverpool. So it is doable for them. And also, I think Big Sam, I think he is a top manager for bottom half level. He is probably one of the best managers. Because he can get any side to survive. He's proven it. He can get any side. Whether, for example, Sunderland, let me just say he got them from they looked doomed, and he managed to get them to survive. He's never been relegated, and that is a massive. You know, it's really good. And he is probably he's not on the levels of of course Pep Guardiola and Alex Ferguson, Arsenal. He's nowhere near that level. But he's probably, if I was to put a tier list, I'd probably put him in the 2nd tier.
I didn't think that bit needed pointing out. That he wasn't on the level of Pep.
I meant he's on the top level.
Yeah, but I didn't think that needed pointing out.
He's a reliable manager. Any teams that's struggling need help in a relegation battle, the first name they'll always look to is Sam Allardyce, and that speaks of what he can do. He kept that bloody Sunderland team in the Premier League for 3 years longer than they deserve to be. He got Jermaine Defoe banging 20 goals a season.
He got pulled into the Europa League once.
Defoe was a good player. Big up to Gabriel. Make sure you are subscribed if you are new. But welcome to the show. We move on to what happened at Ellen Road. Now, there's plenty for me and Dom.
I didn't watch this game, so you can go on why.
Yeah, that's cool. There's plenty for me and Dom to look at in Ref's View this Thursday, where the only place on YouTube where you have two referees talking about refereeing decisions, not one idiot asking a load of stupid questions. Two referees talking about two referees talking about big decisions. So we're the only place you can find that. Tom, you didn't watch this. Matt, did you watch this?
Who's what game? Sorry.
Leeds versus Sheffield United.
No, I did not watch that.
Okay, Kenny, did you watch that game?
I watched a little bit of it. Like I watched the last 20 minutes.
That's really helpful. Right, I'll basically review this game then because I did watch it briefly. Basically, Sheffield United, they're done. They're finished as a Premier League football club. That's a fact. There was a two-footed tackle. There was 2 concussions. Plenty of shit going on in one game. Wasn't the best one for them. Hopefully, the person I'm about to add in watched the game. It'd be really helpful if
Matt's won his bet. Well, one of his ones.
That's always good. We like to see it when people win their bets. Big up to Gini who's just joined us. Gini, did you watch a Leeds Sheffield United game?
Hello. 3-0 West Ham.
I know it's a big result there. We just done Chelsea versus West Brom. Now we're on to Leeds Sheffield United. Did you watch that game?
I watched it on Match of the Day. I missed the 90 minutes. I watched it on Match of the Day.
That's cool. What were your thoughts on the game?
The Rafinha looked brilliant. I always think Rafinha is brilliant, but obviously it's only the highlights. But for me, Rafinha looked superb. Nice little goal. Did you see the tackle from, was it Baldock? Yeah, that was horrendous. So tackles flying in there. So, yeah, it looked a good game, to be fair.
Yeah, then he had to come off for concussion.
Yeah,
they let him go on. They let him go back onto the pitch, which sort of astounded me in a way. But as I said before, you got added in. There's plenty for me and Dom to dive into during Ref's View on Thursday. The only channel, as I say, with 2 referees talking about referees' decisions, not one idiot asking a ton of stupid questions. Matt saying something's come up, had to shoot off. That's not a problem at all. Big up to DC who's sent the link. So yeah, do make sure you are subscribed if you are new. Gini, did you want to add anything to the Chelsea West Brom game before we move on to
what was said?
Just basically everything. What were your thoughts on the game?
Well, I thought Jorginho was absolutely diabolical, and he was the reason why Thiago Silva got sent off. But it was his 2 mistakes for why Thiago Silva had to take the red card. I thought he was the worst player on the pitch. But you've got to credit West Brom, because West Brom were brilliant, and some of their goals that they scored were phenomenal. So yeah, that's my recap.
Yeah, it's a fair shout. One question I do have: did you agree with Tuchel bringing off Ziyech to put on Christensen after the red card, or do you think that doing that lost them the midfield battle, which in essence in Premier League loses you the result?
I don't mind Ziyech coming off because I didn't think he was brilliant, but I would have put Mount on then instead of at half time because I thought he was wrong to stick with the 3 at the back. With a man sent off, because then you're getting toasted in the midfield, which is what they did, and West Brom were clinical up front. So I thought the change of the centre back was wrong, but I thought Ziyech to come off was probably the right player to come off.
Yeah, that's a fair one. Quickly go through the panel. Can West Brom stay up, or are they going down? I think they're down. I don't think that they can survive. I don't see Fulham or Brighton or Newcastle getting dragged down that low. I think personally West Brom are down. But Tom, what about you?
Well, this relegation battle is interesting because it's a weird season. That's why I don't want to make any strange things. Like West Brom are 8 points from safety at the minute. They're 5 points off Fulham, but they have a game in hand on Fulham, so they could go up to 20. They could go up to 2 points behind Fulham. And Newcastle's form at the minute is abysmal, so they could very well get dragged into it because they can't seem to buy a win.
Mm.
And a win would pretty much secure their safety, but they can't buy one at the minute. Yeah, because that will put them how many points clear of 18? 6 points clear.
Yeah.
So it's not out the realms of possibility, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
Adama Traore has done absolutely fantastically
I was
there.
just about to ask you that. I've just seen it on my screen, but what's just happened, Gini?
Traore's just picked it up from in Wolves' own half. He's dribbled it on his own from his own half down the left wing. Took it to the byline after taking on about 3 players. Whipped it in, and Leonardo Dendoncker has headed it into the bottom corner. Yeah.
Cheers, Jeff.
He's actually genuinely took out 3 guys. What?
Yeah.
The juiced up Dan James isn't doing too badly today. Very similar to Dan James. They have a similar amount of times that they show up. But an assist for Adama Traore. Craig saying, Gini, Craig is very happy to see you. Goal, I'm back. Sorry, I was in RJ stream. Big up to yourself. And thank you for joining us. Craig saying, hi, Gini. As I say, we've got like a little fan club going for Gini, Tom, and Don. But next we go to the King Power. Leicester City, Man City. Mendy and Jesus, you wouldn't necessarily class them as the 2 natural goal scorers for Man City, but to be frankly honest, they don't really have many. Tom,
isn't it? It was Mahrez, wasn't it?
No, it was Mendy and Jesus.
Or was it? I thought it was Mahrez.
Nah.
Shows how much I was paying attention.
I was just about to say, unless Sky Sports have lied to me when I was prepping for the show this morning, but I'll be very disappointed and I'll sue Sky. But whilst Tom works out who scored the second goal, Gini, do you wanna talk us through Leicester, Man City?
I thought Leicester was so poor. They're going forward. They miss in like the first thingy of the game. They miss Maddison. I know he come on, so obviously that's good for them that he's back.
You thought he was Jesus?
Yeah, it was Sterling he squared it. Jesus just tapped it in. But I thought Leicester were unbelievably poor. I couldn't see them scoring at all. I know they scored that offside goal, and they was just trying to hit them on the counter.
I could have sworn it was Mahrez. Like I can see the goal, but I just see Mahrez's face tapping it into the empty net.
Oh, brilliant. Carry on, Gini, mate.
Yeah, but it was just City domination, really, wasn't it? And it was a decent finish from Mendy as well on his weaker foot. And then Jesus or Mahrez, whoever Tom thinks it is, tapped it into the empty net.
Tom, apart from obviously getting the goal scorers mixed up, what did you think of the game? Apart from obviously...
Sorry.
Swear that was my voice.
Yeah, it was. I just liking the video.
I would say that Leicester went in there with a game plan that doesn't suit their team. Leicester were there to try and counter, sit back, absorb and counter-attack. But that kills off loads of the good strengths of that team. Which is why I don't think they need to do that. They just need to play their own style of play. Because they're a very good team. They are a top 4 team in reality. But they play like they're a mid-table team.
Yeah. Can't really argue with that at all. Kenny, what were your thoughts on obviously the best team in Manchester winning 2-0 on Saturday?
First of all, that is a massive lie, mate. And second of all,
Oh, yeah, hold up a minute. If you're gonna say it's a lie, who's top of
What
the league?
team's top of the table? And in the Champions League?
I wait for
who's
my
won the
answer.
Champions League?
No. I said best team in Manchester. Who's top of the league?
United in the future.
Yeah, you can't say it's Man City. So back to what I said. The best team in Manchester beating Leicester on Saturday. What's your thoughts on that?
I think Leicester were absolutely atrocious. At one point, I remember it said last 5 minutes City had 100% possession. That just summed up the game, really. Just City with the ball, just passing and trying to break Leicester down. And eventually, they did break them down. It was inevitable because Leicester's tactics, they were just there to be had. They were there to be attacked. And I don't think their players really suit that style of play, really. And it really did show because they only had like about 2 good chances. I remember that one where they hit it over, I think, and then the offside chance where they scored was offside, and where we should have really passed it to the left, to be honest. But I digress. City were, as always, they're unstoppable, aren't they? Apart from when they're against us, they're just unstoppable. And to be honest, they are going to finish top 2 in the league, but we're still going to win the league. Up the Reds.
Gonna finish top 2. Fucking hell. They're gonna finish fast. But we do digress. One word answers. Have City won the league yet, or is it still mathematical?
They won ages ago.
What am I gonna say? No.
Well,
No,
I think someone might be. I think someone might be Tom, but I just wanted a nice one-word answer. Have they won it, or are we still going with the whole mathematically possible?
Oh, don't start doing this because this is what it was like last season for us. Even though we were 25 points clear, and I've got some people saying, "Oh, it's not mathematically possible." No, they've won the league. Well done to them. They could play the kids for the rest of the season, lose about 7 games, and still win the league. That's how good they are.
Yeah,
that's how set up they are.
Yeah, I agree. Gini?
Ages ago.
That was 2 words, mate.
That's 2 words.
Tom, you said about 50.
I said yes.
Well, my word is ages.
Big up to Nation or in the chat saying where is everyone? We it's calm. People come in and out. It's not too bad. Nation EU from RJ. Yeah. Hello, Niall, Tom, Gini, and Kenny. Big up to yourself as well. I don't know what they're talking about. RJ sent us a load of people, but big up to RJ for doing that. Kenny, who's winning the league? Have Man City won the league yet?
Right.
Or
You don't believe that?
No, that's like me trying to say we're going to win the bloody Champions League with my chest.
Yeah, what, Tom? Are you not saying that with your chest?
Oh my god!
You said it yesterday with your chest.
We're going to win the Champions League with my chest.
Hang on, let me get the clip. I clipped it up.
Let me say we're going to win the Champions League.
Hang on, let me mute it because I got some other stuff.
Oh, I dread that. In fact, I don't want to know what other stuff that is. Big up to GK, evening to yourself. Big up to Alfie. If you are new, we are seeing a lot of new people. Please make sure you've hit the subscribe button. RJ does appear on this channel a fair bit as well. But we love to see it. Whilst we await for Gini to find a clip of Tom saying that he's going to win the Champions League, everyone just needs to be aware that yeah, when Gini's around, just be very careful. it's very dangerous to say anything in front of Gini. It's a fact. But as I say, if you are new, please do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Plenty of new content coming. Tactical analysis started to come on Wednesdays and Fridays. First show is on Friday. Got Refs View, the only channel with 2 referees. Nation saying I'm not into football. Sorry, only Carl Soccer. Gotta love it, but I'll stop. I appreciate
the clip.
I appreciate that, Nation. Thank you for subbing.
Is my mic on mute?
Now, can you tell me what soccer is?
I was just in the middle of reading out some comments, but you may talk now.
Oh, it's not playing. My bad.
I was just about to say, picture of Tom's face.
The trophy parade in August when we list number 7.
That is with chess. Number 7.
Where can I find you?
Number 7.
Wait, you know I don't actually be saying
Yeah,
the end of it.
That's
Yeah,
for me.
Genie. Oh, DC saying it's called soccer. I can understand it in both languages. Let's put that.
Team 21 is coming this season. United are winning it.
Wow.
Should we go do the maths to see what United need to win it? They are 14 points behind. They have a game in hand, so 11 points. So they need Manchester City, who've lost 3 games all season, to lose 5 out of their last 8.
No, if they're 11 points behind, they need them to lose 4. And United win the game.
Yeah, Villa, Palace, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton, and Everton.
You think they're losing 4 games? You're fucking.
No, they're going to lose all of them. They're going to lose all of them, man. I guarantee you.
Right, and
you've got the team that beat you 6-1 this season. Burnley, Leeds, us, Villa, Leicester, Fulham, and Wolves. So you're not winning every game there.
They theoretically could, but the bigger question is: Man City are not losing 4 games.
They're losing all the games. Yeah, exactly.
United could go unbeaten for the rest of the season. City still aren't losing 4 games. That's mad talk.
Well, they also have Leeds.
Absolutely madness. But we digress and we move. Now we head to the Emirates, where one team looked like they had. I actually don't know if they resembled a football team. A lot of chest from the Arsenal fans before the game. A lot of chest. Liverpool clinical. Trent was in superb form. Tom, we'll start with you. What sort of performance did Arsenal put out first?
Arsenal put out an Arsenal performance, really. That's all we've seen of them this season. You know, they're a team with a lot of quality on paper, but they never show it on the pitch. But I'm not one to talk about Arsenal. You know, I don't watch them week in, week out. The Arsenal fans should be the ones who talk about them, but they're not here, are they, Sam? What can I say? I've only watched them twice this season. And we battered them both times, so...
I've had the pleasure of watching Arsenal a fair bit, and this is just Arsenal. I think I either put it in the title description or somewhere on one of the many times I advertised this. I said Arsenal just in Arsenal and were catastrophically shit. Gini, before we'll get to Liverpool after, obviously, but what the hell was that performance from Arsenal? Like, I don't understand it.
They didn't want to score. I can't. Their XG was like 0.10, I think, or something like that, which is unbelievable for a game. But yeah, they play such negative football. I feel for the Arsenal fans watching it. To see their team do that, they just let Liverpool walk all over them. So. And the captain, by the way, with a captain's performance, let's just say it like that.
This is a Liverpool that dead for form. We've got no form at all in the Premier League, and you've let us walk 3-0 all over you, like you're the bottom of the league.
No, because when you played bottom of the league, you only beat.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Well, no, I'm just putting it into context.
We've beaten bottom of the league twice. Actually, we've beaten bottom of the league twice this season.
Well, congratulations. They are Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, Tom, I would sort of expect Liverpool to beat Sheffield United. When I'm looking at the fixture table, I'm not really picking out Sheffield United as a potential banana skin.
Second in the league couldn't beat them, so they are a tough test.
But we have to add context. Second in the league was shit that day. Like, they were a different level of garbage.
It's Sheffield. It was an injured Sheffield United.
United played a double pivot. United played a double pivot of Fred and Matic. Like,
they probably played worse than Plymouth did today, didn't they, Niall?
I mean, our season's over, mate. I don't know why you're bringing them up. Like, mid-table, we're not getting relegated. All is good. I can just chill out for the rest of the season. I actually quite enjoy it, to be fair.
First season Oliver Berg score against them. There's no excuse for that.
Tottenham let Joe Linton score against them. Shit happens.
Joe Linton's better than Oli Berg.
I would politely disagree with that. But Kenny's just going to get his charger. Well, we might as well move to Liverpool. Tom, how much have you missed Diego Jotter?
I said it yesterday. He can't be first one bloody child if he keeps playing like this. He's putting Roberto Firmino to shame. I think we were on the state yesterday. Can someone be cheap but still a flop, like for price? Well, we've got a £45 million bloody bargain in Diogo Jota. That's how good he is. I remember when we missed out on Werner and we were getting told that we fucked up by getting Jota. Timo rejected Liverpool. He wants to go to the bigger club. Well, I'm quite happy the fact that we've got the German El Hadji stink up the Stamford Bridge pitch.
Just to add a bit of context to that, Pepe cost £72 million. Need I say more than that?
We just do good business. What can I say?
To be fair, I've never seen Arsenal do good business. Never. Like, the only one you could potentially say is Ciaran Tierney.
No, the thing is with Arsenal, they do good business, but hold on to it for too long, and then it becomes bad business. So with Aubameyang, it was good business until this season, and now it's bad business.
Yeah, that's a shout. DC saying 7-2 again on Saturday.
Yeah, fuck off.
That would be absolutely horrific if that happened. Question for the panel: where would Liverpool be if Jot's never injured? We'll get into that one in a second, Craig. Gini, how much have you missed Diego Jota?
Massively. He's a game winner, and he's a game changer as well. He come on and literally changed the game against Arsenal. So he reminds me of Aguero. I'm not saying that he's on the same level as like prime Aguero, but
yeah, he's better than Aguero. We've established that, but carry on.
Yeah, no, now he is, but not prime. But just his runs that he makes him behind. Yeah, that's true. Where the runs that Jota makes him behind, and then he's so clinical when he gets them. He really does remind me of Aguero. But yeah, missed him massively, and it hurts even more that we lost him in an absolutely nothing game. That I just can't get that out of my head. But he's been a massive miss for us this season.
Does that make you angry that you lost him in a
game? I still can't get my head around it, but
yeah. So he weren't injured in that game, he was injured the day after.
No, he was.
No, because he was at training the day after and got injured in training because it was a warm down set. It was. There's articles all over it.
No.
The injury he got against Midtjylland wasn't what kept him out for ages.
What was it then? Because he was holding his knee, and the injury was a knee.
It was his ankle that he did against Midtjylland.
The first one was the ankle, and then a challenge came in the second half, which forced him off with his knee.
Yeah.
He did his ankle against Midtjylland. I'm not having it.
Big up
I'm
to
not having it.
I'm not having it now.
Gabrielle. RJ saying, "How are you, lads? 7-2 is in the air." Jotter is a great player.
Well, Liverpool don't do meaningless, nor given the kudos.
He's actually trying to find out.
Is he trying to get me copyrighted? Like,
He's not the
Gini,
smartest tool, is he?
I'm gonna kick his ass one day. Like, I've muted him anyway, so.
No, my volume's down. Sorry, I didn't realise.
Twat. Gabrielle saying, "Yo, Jag." Now they're just talking to each other. Next Saturday, this Saturday, is when they say that the 7-2 is going to happen. But Kenny, we're talking Liverpool. How good were they against Arsenal?
Mate, they were. It was like a top 4 side versus a relegation side, basically. That's what it was basically like. They were way better than Arsenal, miles ahead of Arsenal. I don't know if that's just because Arsenal were awful in the second half, or if Liverpool were really that good. The last 10 minutes I didn't watch because of course, didn't really bother. But for the first 80 minutes, I do think that Arsenal has never really found their rhythm. And what Arsenal struggle with this season is consistency. They've never really had a consistent run of form apart from at the start of the season when they were consistently shit. And they've not really had a consistent good run of form. And that's, if they can get a consistency next season, like consistent runs of form, even under 2 runs of form, they could be much higher next season than where they are now. But that is where they are now. The consistency. That is what they must do.
A fair shout. I wanted to bring up this question from Craig. It says, "Question for the panel: Where would Liverpool be if Jotter never got injured?" Tom, we'll start with you. Where would Liverpool be if Jotter was fit all season?
It's a tough one because we could very well still be in a title race. That's the mad thing. Because the games that we lost were only by 1 goal, and it was because we couldn't attack. Jotter gives us a completely different avenue for attack. But I'm going to go for the safe option and say top 4. We'd probably be 3rd.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
That's a fair shout. Gini, I'm presuming you'd say you walk in the league, winning the treble, doing some ungodly shit. But where would Liverpool be if Jotter wasn't injured?
No, I agree with Tom. I'd have said the exact same thing. I'd say about 3rd because he wins games. And like Tom said, that our struggle hasn't even been our defence, believe it or not. It's been our finishing in attack, which Jotter just, he creates the runs for the balls to be put in and then he finishes them. So I would say 3rd.
I'm surprised you didn't say title run. SN saying, "Bro, I didn't know everyone was here." You mean 5 goals, Tom?
What 5 goals?
DC is a Villa fan, just in case none of you had quite clocked that. But big up to DC, big up to everyone new in the chat. If you are new, make sure you are subscribed. I want to talk quickly about Arsenal. Are they done as a football club? Should they just Control Alt Delete or whatever? Like, how bad are Arsenal, and is there any way of saving this? Imagine that the Cronkies are still in charge and all of that. Can Arsenal theoretically be saved?
Yeah, I mean I think we're massively like. I enjoy Arsenal losing just as much as the next. It's always good to shut Arsenal fans up. They're always the loudest, but they're not in a bad way as a club per se. They're still in a decent state. They just in this season, certain players haven't been up to standard. Next season, when everything's on the line for certain players and because there's competition in, they will probably perform better. But I don't think they've been terrible. They've been underwhelming, but terrible. No, I wouldn't say they've been terrible. and I wouldn't say it's time to blow it all up. What is Gini doing?
I have absolutely no idea. SN saying, is Jag going to join the meeting? He will be on match reaction on Thursday. But Gabrielle saying, I don't watch Premier League, but I'm Manchester United. Will join us on Fridays where RJ hosts the United show at 10 p.m. every Friday. So make sure you are tuned in for that, PowerPoints and the lot. Gini, time to control, alt, delete Arsenal?
No, they've got some issues they need to sort out. Aubameyang's one of them. If that captain thing's true that I put in the chat, I think that's big because for me, if I'm looking from an Arsenal,
yes, but Gini, do you remember the source that you got it from?
Yeah.
You got it from a man who on deadline day sat in his living room and acted like he was at Melwood training ground and Jurgen Klopp was coming up to talk to him.
But by the way, he was the first one to leak the Kabak news. Thank you very much.
He was also the first one to leak the who did he leak? Apparently, we signed Ciaran in the summer 4 times. Thiago was signed in June, April as well. What else did he?
Who was the first one to leak Declan Rice injury today?
Oh, fuck off.
That XW2
stop with the bottle. That's really annoying.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. But Gini, time to control, alt, delete Arsenal, yes or no? If not, why?
No. I'd make Tierney captain. They've got a few changes that they make. They need a defender. They need a right back.
Louise, mate. They don't need to worry about a captain. They've got
how old? No. Tierney's the captain, lad. Tierney should be the captain.
Give it to David Luiz. He's a winner. Or William. He's a winner. Don't try and make Arsenal good.
Willian!
Don't try and make Arsenal too good here, mate. I still enjoy seeing them lose.
Don't say Willian. That's a disrespect.
Mate, he's a winner. Arsenal want to win stuff. You want to have a winner as captain?
Oh, my. He's going to win the award for most times the ball's been given away as well this season.
He's also won more Premier Leagues than the rest of the Arsenal squad, barring Louise combined.
Yeah. Tierney's won 10 Scottish Premierships. Have that.
Mate, I could probably win a Scottish Premiership.
Go on then.
Right, we've digressed. Gini, did you have anything else to say, or was that everything?
If they sort their issues out, absolutely not.
Excellent. Kenny, is it time to control, alt, delete Arsenal?
Well, next season it's going to be the last season in the Premier League. They are going down to the Championship, where they'll go down to League One and so on and so forth. Arsenal will be gone next season. I guarantee you. Bottom of the league next season, 0 points. Remember this.
I just want to also confirm, if Arsenal do get relegated, we will still continue the Arsenal show. We will still do every match reaction. In fact, we've been preparing for their relegation. I've been getting some Sky Bet Championship thumbnails made for them, and all of that. So don't worry. If Arsenal do get relegated, we will still do content on Arsenal, because when they get relegated, or if they get relegated, that's when the community needs to stand strong together and literally laugh in their faces. So don't worry about that. We will absolutely still be covering Arsenal if they go down. Look, they could be in the Vanarama Conference, and I will still 100% cover them playing Torquay United and Ebbsfleet Town. That is a fact. So make sure you do join in when Arsenal are in the Vanarama Conference. DC saying Willian. I don't think he agreed with the Willian comment.
See, this is the thing, though. I came second in multiple drafts. I've won a Champions League and these videos before. I know what I'm on about.
No, you don't. You bottled the league.
You're the one who got sacked.
I just want to say that. I just want to say that I've won the Premier League twice in the draft.
Yeah,
both times with Mason Greenwood.
No, in fact, Tom, that's false.
Ooh.
Because that Champions League didn't count that year because you cheated.
I cheated, did I? I gave all the evidence I needed to prove
you've got the proof because like it lagged out, didn't it? And you won like 76-0 or something. I remember it happening.
Yeah, but what do you not remember the copious amount of proof I gave to show that? I mean, now I can back me up. I showed 5 different instances of me not messing around with his team.
I'm just saying, faulty system, faulty league.
Hold on, aren't you the one who wanted me to put on unsackables so you could play against Niall just for you to lose 6-1 and then resign?
Yeah, because I fell out with the chairman, so I wanted to dominate the club.
We absolutely will be doing
FC is going to take the draft by storm.
When is the next one of the draft?
We will be organising it. I'm probably going to save it till at the end of the season. There's so much content, so much football sort of being done from now until the end of the season. It's ridiculous to try and sort of fit it in now. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit it in at the end of the season, in between the gap of the end of the season and the Euros. So yeah, that's the plan there. DC saying, where's Sulz today? Sulz couldn't make it, I'm afraid. But the Arsenal show is back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Not sure what we've got planned tomorrow. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I need to speak to Sonny about that, actually. But we move on to Southampton Burnley. Did anyone watch this?
I didn't watch it.
Gini?
Southampton Burnley. I watched I watched the last 10 minutes, but because I missed it because Liverpool under 18s were beating United under 18s in the FA Cup, by the way. So
is it worth just saying for this one? Fair play Southampton for your comeback. Burnley had a bunch of bottle jobs. Move on to the next game.
Yeah, that's probably a fair one. Did anyone catch the penalty, Clay?
Yes, the Chris Wood one.
Yeah. No. The well, there is that one as well. So there was 2. There was one that was given where Carl Walker-Peters nearly breaks the other Peters' ankle in half.
Oh, right.
And then you also had the Chris Wood one. Now the Chris Wood one, Tom, you probably don't know what we're on about. Right. Gini knows exactly what I'm on about. Gini, was that a penalty or was it not a penalty?
Yeah. Yeah. You're the referee. What did you think?
Oh, Stonewall penalty.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Southampton did very well to come back, though, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm not. In fact, I saw Danny Ings' goal on Match of the Day. That was a great goal. That. So, but I can't say I've seen the others.
Yeah, that's fair. DC, not a bad game, to be fair. Nah, it was decent. I sort of enjoyed it. I had it on in the background when can't remember what we were doing. We must have been doing something, or I was doing something. I had it on in the background somewhere.
I watched it.
But now, you watched it. What did you think?
I think first bit where Burnley went 2-0 up. Typical Burnley a bit. But yeah, they were decent. Of course, scoring from a penalty, but it was a really well taken penalty, Stonewall penalty. Should have had another penalty. But after that, it was just all Southampton domination. They hit the crossbar after, I think, didn't they? Ward-Prowse. And I think Southampton did deserve it in the end, and it was very good character to come back from 2-0 down in the first half. That 2-0 in the first half was massive. It was massive, and I think if they'd been losing 2-1 at half time, I don't think they'd have gone on to win it. To be honest, the confidence from that second goal would have just gone straight up. And yeah, I do think it was one of the better games on Sunday. To be honest,
yeah, I wouldn't say it was the best game though. I think that was definitely better. DC saying, yeah, Southampton deserved the win. Yeah, it was mega sort of what they did and how they did it and that mentality that a lot of questions around.
West Ham 4-1.
Oh
no, it's been disallowed.
Gini is lying to us.
And I'll have to see Jared Bowen hits it across goal. Saved from Rui Patricio. Oh yeah, it's handball. Susek controlled it with his hand and then just volleyed it in. So yeah, it's definitely disallowed.
The VAR will obviously check it. I'm a little bit behind.
It's no goal.
DC saying so many goals in this game week. Yeah, there were so many goals. It was free flowing games. Yeah, that's handball. I need to take one look at that. I hope they don't diddy daddle with it too much because I can see that straight away. But next we move over to Newcastle versus Bottle Jobs FC. Fuck me. You let Joe Linton score against you. Now that is bad enough. That is enough embarrassment for one day. Remember, this is a team that has lost to Dynamo Zagreb. They're an embarrassment to English football. If I'm being
a prisoner.
They also look. But Jose is a football terrorist. That's a fact. But I want to talk about this because Kane got 2 goals. Now everyone knows I think he's an overrated piece of shit. Joe Linton is absolute disaster class. Willock is doing fairly well, but Tottenham. You're going away to St James's Park. You really, especially with Chelsea dropping points the day before, you really think that's when Spurs go, fuck it, we're going to take this game to them. We're going to win this game. But Spurs, the minute a bit of pressure's put on again, bottle it. They fucking bottle it. Tom, we'll start with you. Bottle Jobs FC, what's your thoughts on that?
I think Jose Mourinho is some of the best in his post-match interview. You got asked why Tottenham keep doing what they're doing. Maybe it's time for his tactics to go. Why were they so successful before and not now? You know, why they have success with winning stuff with United and Chelsea and Real Madrid and Inter. And you just said same coach, different players. I think that speaks a lot about what he thinks of the squad at the minute. He doesn't trust them. And if the manager doesn't trust the players aren't going to play to the best of their ability. You're not going to get results. Simple as.
Yeah. It's disappointing though, surely. Newcastle United. I mean, even United beat them.
It happens, doesn't it? Newcastle. I got to be honest. I think they deserve.
Steve Bruce.
They deserve the point.
Well, no, I'm not questioning. I'm not saying they don't deserve the point. I'm just saying it's slightly embarrassing that Steve Bruce has managed to pick up a point against a Tottenham side.
2 points against Spurs.
It happens, doesn't it? One of them games. Tottenham need a cultural reset this summer. They need defenders who can stay concentrated for more than 5 minutes at a time.
That's a fair shout. Gini?
Newcastle could have beaten 4-2. You see Jolinton's miss as well. Dwight Gale, I don't know how he missed. They had the chances there to absolutely batter them. From a Tottenham point of view, very poor again. The only bright sparks are obviously Kane, but we know his quality. But Ndombele, he is so underrated. He's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal footballer. I think if you put him in a more creative team that like to attack, unlike Mourinho, he would be an absolute baller because he just glides past players like the Frozen. And he creates chances as well. I think he got the assist for Kane's goal as well. But Tottenham messed up in a game that they should have won, and that's why they're not going to get Europe this season.
That's a fair shout. Kenny, thoughts on Tottenham?
Newcastle had 4.07 expected goals. Mourinho somehow made Steve Bruce the greatest attacking manager of all time. How? This guy, man. I think when they locked up the Dynamo Zagreb manager, they got the wrong guy. Like, bloody hell.
Newcastle
really should have won with their chances, I reckon. And they nearly lost in the end of it. But there isn't really much else to say other than Spurs being Spurs again.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I thought Spurs were dog shit. We don't really need to talk about Spurs much more. Bottle Job FC, job done. Next, we move over to Villa Park. DC saying really need Wilson to stay up. Wilson? Oh, what? Callum Wilson?
Callum Wilson.
I presume so. Fulham, very unlucky for Fulham. I thought in the end, they defended so well until like that last 10 minutes, and then just absolute onslaught of bullshit went their way. And but credit to Villa. I thought Villa were fantastic. Trezeguet was on another level sort of this weekend. But Tom, what were your thoughts on Villa just pretty much doing the job that's needed? I can't remember if Grealish was playing or not.
No, we weren't.
No, he's still injured.
So to do that without a Grealish as well, that says quite a bit about them.
I didn't really pay much attention to the game, to be honest. All I can go off it was a professional performance from them. And Fulham, I think it's from the season. You know, they showed sparks. They had the chance, and then inexperience cost them at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Gini, what were your thoughts on Villa?
I thought Villa was awful in the first half. Second half, they livened up a bit, but not until the goal really. But I thought it was an awful first half performance for Villa. Mitrovic punished them, and then I think Watkins scored in like 70-something. When that goal came in, then they all flowed in, and it looked like they could have got 4 or 5 in the last 10 minutes.
It was Trezeguet and Watkins.
Yeah. So, I thought Villa were poor up until the goals. Definitely poor first half, but Trezeguet, what a super sub. Massive impact. So that's it really. But I feel for Fulham because I really hope Fulham stay up. I like the football Scott Parker plays, and it was hiccups at the back. So
no, I agree. Fulham were brilliant. Well, have been brilliant most of the season. Villa only started playing last 15 minutes. Trezeguet over Salah. I'd probably agree with that. And DC saying joke. I'm not joking when I say that. I firmly believe Trezeguet over Mohamed Salah. What I want to do is, I want to get Salah a nice little pink pity dress to go and play in the sandpit with. But no, I'm only joking. Salah's a top class player, not better than Ronaldo though. But I just wanted to chuck that out there. Kenny though, Kenny, what were your thoughts on Villa?
Well, first of all, before this game, they'd only actually won 2 games in February, which were Arsenal and Leeds. And it really did show without Grealish today in the first 80 minutes, basically, I reckon. How poor they were in that first half, like Gini said, and how awful they were, really. How much they didn't get going until that goal. It really shows how much they missed Grealish. And I think they were really lucky to win the game, weren't they? I think Fulham, I feel for them, really. They really should have got something out of the game, even if it wasn't going to be a win. They really should have at least got a draw. I do think it's still doable for Fulham. They're only 3 points away from Newcastle. Also, Wolves have scored 3-2, but only 3 points away from Newcastle. As for Villa, I think they're just firmly in mid-table. Firmly there in mid-table, and I think I don't see them getting anywhere anytime soon. And based on that performance, it was not a great performance. So let's be completely honest. After they scored, it got better, but Fulham deserved at least a point in my opinion.
Pedro Neto, by the way, what a ball!
I was just about to say, I've just seen that goal from none other than Fabio Silva. Beautiful head of hair.
Hold on, so that's 3-2.
It is 3-2.
20 minutes
Gini,
ago.
I'll go to you.
Away, perfect weekend for Liverpool.
Yeah, except from United. Yeah,
I'll go.
Don't bother us anymore. They're in the Europa League. You don't worry about small teams and competitions like that.
I'll go to you, Gini. What just happened apart from Fabio Silva? As I said, we're a beautiful head of hair has just Started a second then. Moyes.
Yeah, no, they had so much space in the middle until Neto got the ball. He turns back, and that's a beautifully weighted pass over the top to Fabio Silva, who puts a nice little finish in. Possibly Fabianski could stick his leg out instead of going down on one knee. But yeah, lovely from Pedro Neto and a good finish from Fabio Silva. So 3-2, 20 minutes to go. Wolves could come back in.
It's all to play for, Molyneux.
Yeah.
We will keep you updated, of course, whilst we're live with whatever's going on in that game. There, DC saying I want Fulham to stay up. Goal for Silva. Yep, absolutely. Next, we move to Old Trafford. This game was so strange. Now, Gini, I do need to quote you on something. United were going to lose 3-1, weren't they? And we could clip it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's happening. That didn't happen, did it?
Should have happened. Stonewall penalty on Danny Welbeck. Basima masterclass as well. And Lallana masterclass. Pogba disaster class. Lucky Fernandez, but do you see him get snapped? Yeah. For the goal. But yeah, average United got lucky against Brighton again.
Do you give Greenwood any credit? I thought throughout the entire 90 minutes he looked sharp, he looked on it, looked like he...
I'm not going to say anything because all I'm going to say is if you want to hear my views on the United game, I was on the Manchester United show yesterday with a preview of the tactical analysis show.
You was on the United show?
So if you want to go watch my views on the United game,
you was on the United show.
No, he was on the
yesterday.
Oh right.
So if you want to know my views on this game, go watch the show from yesterday.
You're United fan at heart.
No, do the viewers know?
Do the viewers know? Oh, what about the tactical analysis show? They do. We announced it yesterday. And I put up the thumbnail on our Twitter yesterday as well.
I'm expecting to see that changed. I'm on that left-hand side. I'm not being Gary Neville.
To be fair, you look a bit like Gary Neville. No, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, you look more like Gary Neville. So that come out wrong. You look more like Gary Neville than Jamie Carragher. That's what I meant to say.
Be hilarious. Craig saying I can't wait for that. That it sounds and looks so good. Yeah, it will be hosted by myself, and I'll be joined by Gini and Tom as we sort of just analyse the tactics used by the Big Six in their games. In this week, normally it would be every Wednesday and Friday. I'm still to pinpoint a Wednesday time, probably 6-ish. Around that time, because I've got the Arsenal show at 8. But yeah, basically we'll just be analysing their tactics. I've drawn the short straw this week and picked out Chelsea and United. United won't be so difficult, but trying to tactically analyse Chelsea is going to be one heck of a difficult job. I know that much. But Gini, are you going to give Mason Greenwood any credit?
I wasn't too focused on his performance, so you'd know more than me. Tapping merchant is my star boy.
Fuck off. I will literally snap your legs in half if you ever say that again. Mate.
Yeah, but Curtis Jones over him, right? You like Curtis Jones more than him?
No. I said hold up a minute. I said to you that I put them on equal level peg. Equal, because there is absolutely no way I'm putting anyone above Starboy Mason Greenwood. Not happening, bro. So say tapping merchant one more time and I'll make my way over to where you live. Dom has sent me the address, so I do know where you live. But no, it was a great and Greenwood said he doesn't score many headed goals, and it's something that he wanted to work on and improve, and certainly that's come to fruition. But Kenny, you are the United fan. I should have probably gone to you first, to be fair. But what did you make of the performance, especially Mason Greenwood getting that goal for him and his confidence?
First off, absolutely atrocious. They were all over us in that first half. Second half, energy levels, as I said, were beginning to show, and they started to sit back a bit more. Didn't have any expected goals in the second half. And I think it was more because of Brighton being crap. But Greenwood, yeah, just going to say, yeah, greatest youngster
No.
Greatest youngster of all time. No one can disagree with me. Who's Erling Haaland? Who's Erling Haaland when he's at home? Who's Kylian Mbappe?
To be fair, in Greenwood's
Kylian
credit,
Mbappe does have a World Cup final goal at 17.
to be fair, Mason Greenwood is now the third highest goal-scoring teenager United have had, barring only Wayne Rooney and Rashford. So he's held in some good stead there. And look, Mason Greenwood's an undeniable talent. Even Thomas said that the ceiling is
the kid, yeah.
Yeah, like it's entirely up to Greenwood, and look, I think he will get there. He's a huge, great talent for me.
He reminds me of Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler and Mason Greenwood are very similar players. They're both players who, I think Greenwood's better, but they're both players who have a similar sort of profile. Yeah. They're both players who, if you get them within 18 yards, it's a goal. They've got dangerous left foots. Yeah. Like, they're both quality finishers. So
I totally agree with that. DC saying, I've got to go. Good show, lads. Big up to yourself, DC.
Big down to DC after that comment, man. Ban him.
I mean, I'm not happy with that. Not at all. Why is there a floating hat? Gini?
That's me. Sorry. It's I was watching the Villa game.
Craig is asking why there's a floating head.
I think Foden's a better player, but Greenwood could be better in the future. That's what I think about it.
I think, right now, Foden is better, but Greenwood, I think, has more potential. I could be. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that Greenwood's got more potential. Now, that doesn't mean that Greenwood is going to hit that potential, but for me, there's no reason why he couldn't. If he elevates himself and he does well, then of course he's got the opportunity. I want to quickly end up at Everton. Obviously, they played the early kickoff today.
Got the jobs. I was never scared. They had the chance to go ahead, and I was never scared. It's what Everton do. It's what Everton Football Club do. That's all I can say. It's what, if you ever want a bet that's going to come in, if Everton have a chance to go ahead of Liverpool, chuck a bet on them not winning, and you'll make money. It's what that club do. Team of the weekend.
Yeah. We will be doing that in just a second. Gini obviously is a huge.
Fabio Silva's a bottle job. It's not Fabio Silva, it's Neto.
Yeah, no.
Gini is a huge Everton fan yourself. You must be a bit gutted not to have got the 3 points today.
Shush. Honestly, I can't comment on the game because I was out, but I'll enjoy watching Michy Batshuayi's goal on repeat later. And that's it.
Kenny, anything to add before we do team of the week?
I think Everton were much better, but Crystal Palace, and at the end of the day, Batsman managed to scrape a point for Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson working his magic again.
Yeah. This comment, no, DC, that is incorrect by miles. It goes Foden, Greenwood, Saka, Mount, Jones. But if you're asking me for potential...
No.
1 minute. But if you're asking me for potential, it goes Greenwood, Foden, Jones, Saka, Mount.
Have you just said Greenwood's better than Mount now?
Yes, and I stand by that. I absolutely 100% stand by that.
You just give me an asthma attack with that comment.
But we have got team of the week now. Obviously, there are 4 of us.
2 Liverpool fans.
So we may need some.
We're unbiased and like you United look.
So, starting with goalkeeper, Gini.
Whoa.
1 minute. Goalkeepers.
Guaita. And there's no other answer. Guaita for Crystal Palace.
Oh, that's a shout.
Only other option, Sam Johnson. That's it.
Dean
Stop
Henderson.
it. John,
Dean
mate, Tony, he
Henderson.
nearly dropped the ball on his own goal.
No.
He made 2 world-class saves in the first half.
He also let Danny Welbeck score.
Look, judging by him,
made a world-class save.
Mate,
for the first
Allison
half.
has more chance of getting in this team than bloody Dean Henderson.
to
My
be
goalkeeper
fair,
kept a clean sheet.
you can't give it to Allison. You can't, and you absolutely can't give it to Hendo. No, I'd say Greater's a fair shout.
Sam Johnston
Gini,
assist, by the way. Oh, I'm gonna. The thing is, I didn't watch the Everton Palace game, so Guaita is like probably the fair shout. But I did watch.
So many saves.
Made a
He
lot.
made 4 one-on-ones.
I just
Top of
give my
Charlton.
I give my vote to Guaita then and trust you guys.
I'm
Kenny?
going Guaita.
Who are you going for, Kenny?
Don't even say Dean Henderson.
I don't think he's here.
Dean Henderson just to annoy Tom and Gini.
Oh, mate, this is a
Right,
joke.
we move over
These
to right
United
back.
fans are
I will
serious.
easily start with right back. Trent.
Trent, yeah,
Can't be
Trent.
anyone other than Trent, surely.
yeah.
Kenny,
No.
who would you go for right back?
Trent.
Cool.
Oh, that's a
That
shock.
was that was quite an easy one. The 2 centre backs.
Maguire to annoy Niall.
I was actually thinking Maguire. He actually had a fairly good game, but that's really annoying. Gini,
What's
Tom
the
and
team that
Gini,
we
help me,
standard, though?
help me with some fucking centre backs, else we're gonna have to chuck in Fridge, and I don't want to do that.
I thought Semi Ajayi had a good game for West Brom. Was it
That's a
Semi
shout.
Ajayi?
Yeah,
No, it was
that's
Kyle
a-
Bartley. Sorry, it was Kyle Bartley.
That's
He
a
had
shout.
a good game. Kyle Bartley, and
That's,
I thought Ruben Diaz was quality again.
yeah, I'll go with both of
For-
them, Tom.
Manchester City. I'd also like to give a good mention to
I completely agree with Tom here, 100%.
Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips was solid again.
Totally agree.
I thought Kabak, to be fair.
Oh, God. All right,
Solid.
I'm not going to put Kabak in. I thought he was.
I'm going with Tom with, who is it? Bartley and Diaz. Right, Bartley and Diaz. Kenny, who are you going for?
Maguire and Bartley.
Genie?
For Bartley's in.
I'm going to go with. Oh, is Bartley already in? I was going to go with Diaz and Ezri Konza.
There you go.
Well, you've picked Diaz. Excellent. We love to see it. Left back.
Luke Shaw.
Shaw had a fairly good game.
Shaw or Mendy.
No, Callum Robinson came on at left back.
Oh yeah, Callum Robinson.
Oh, he's got to get in then. 100%.
Did he come on at left back?
Yeah, he came on as a left wing back.
Perfect.
I'd agree with that. In the DM role.
Fabinho. No other
I'm not
answer.
going to give it. I'm not giving it to Fabinho.
Oh,
I'm giving
never.
because I'm putting Fabinho further up because I think you cannot look past
Fabinho.
Yokuslu.
Oh, no, Fabinho.
Yokuslu.
Are you a West Brom fan now? What
Mate,
is this?
I'm sorry, but he was brilliant. You can't look
Right.
past him.
No, I swear you
One
try and
minute.
put this Yokoslu in every week.
Because
Tom
he's
has gone for,
quality.
so Tom has gone for Yokoslu. Kenny, who are you going for?
Kenny.
What Tom picked?
Oh, no, bro. What is this?
Hold on, who's he gone for?
Yokoslu. Tom's little bum buddy.
Genie, who are you going for?
Fabinho. And it's so clear.
Right, I also pick Fabinho. So we are tried.
I'll pick Fabinho. I'll pick Fabinho here, but I'm saying Newcastle again for a centre mid. Because I was going to have Fabinho in
That's
there.
fine.
Centre mid.
We got Fabinho in at DM. Tom, who are your 2 central midfielders?
Yokoslu and Mateus Pereira. You can't look past
Left wing.
Pereira, but
Left
I feel
wing,
like
though.
I've got way too many. Was he on the left wing? I thought he was attacking mid.
No, he's left wing.
Okay, no, okay. Then so
Because they played like a
Yokoslu,
5-4-1.
And who else have we really got here?
Jotter.
Jotter wasn't a centre mid, was he?
Left wing. Oh, shoot. No, it's because we were talking about Pereira.
Jotter was up front anyway.
No, he wasn't. Left wing.
To be fair, I thought Mason Mount had a good game when he came on.
He lost 5-2 though. You can't. That's like me trying to put Mo Salah in a team the week when we lost 7-2.
What?
Yeah, I'm just talking
Those are my own choices.
that had a fairly good game.
Here's a shout. Sean Longstaff created the most chances in the match. Got an assist.
Willock got a goal against Spurs.
I'm going to throw it.
McTominay and Fred, those are my picks. McTominay.
I saw the stats earlier. I'm going to go for...
Kenny, try to be a bit sensible.
I'm going to go for Yukoslu and Thiago because Thiago Alcantara had a blinder against Arsenal.
I'm sick of
Thiago stuff, actually.
Thiago had 92% pass accuracy, won 4 out of 7 aerial duels, 6 out of his 8 ground duels. He had a great defensive display, a great attacking display, had most touches, joint most key passes on the Liverpool team, and had double the amount of touches that any Arsenal player did in the first half.
How many thumbs up per 90 were there?
There weren't that many today because we were actually quite good.
That's fair. Lingard looks like he's just absolutely dying. But Kenny, who are you going for central mid?
Yukoslu and Longstaff because I can't let Thiago in because of agenda.
Gini?
Thiago and Sean Longstaff.
I will go for Yukoslu and
Thiago.
Yukoslu and Thiago. Well, let's add Yukoslu and Thiago in. And then when you put this tweet out, you have to make clear that this was before the end of the West Ham game, so we didn't put Lingard in. Because now that I'm thinking about it, he should probably be in.
I'm saving my striker because Jotter played on the left, right?
No, he played centre forward, but I want another striker, so I was going to put him on my left wing.
Yeah, I want to put Jotter on the left. To be fair, I've got no idea.
A certain striker.
Yeah, so right, let's do.
You're not putting me through the England.
Let's 1 minute. We'll decide that, shall we? But we'll start right wing. Tom, who are you going for right wing?
Where did Trezeguet play when he came on?
Left wing.
Mo Salah. Mo Salah on the Arsenal team, ragged.
Did Pereira playing right on the wing?
Oh,
Pereira was on the left. There were so many good left wing performances this week.
I'm gonna say Rafinha. I thought obviously I watched match.
Rafinha was off the left, mate.
Was he?
It's. I thought went for like. I thought it was Rafinha off the left and Harrison on the right.
Hold on,
I may be wrong there.
I'll check now.
The assist was from the right, so I
just thought in the last 20 minutes, which is what I watched, he seems to be on the side,
on the left-hand
side of the pitch. Was he? Okay.
On the right.
So Gini, you're going for.
I'm going to go with Rafinha. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to go Mason Greenwood. He played predominantly on the right.
Fucking
God. Yes.
Tommy, gotta go Rafinha.
Yes.
Go Rafinha.
Gini, what the fuck have you done?
Rafinha.
What the fuck have you done? Salah got goal and assist.
Penny, who are you?
Rafinha.
Greenwood.
Penny, who are you going on the right? Say who you're going.
Greenwood.
Penny. Right, excellent. Greenwood gets in on right wing.
Hold on. Me and Gini are negotiating here. Gini,
hold on.
No, am I going to Rafinha?
No, we're not. Absolutely not.
You're going to go Rafinha.
Anyway, FYI. Hold on a minute. FYI, I chucked in Thiago and Trent in there for you. So put Greenwood on the right. Thank you. Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
He doesn't deserve it.
if you watched the game, he was one of United's better players, believe it or not.
You
scraped
a draw against. You
And
scraped a win.
1 minute, 1 minute.
16.
Tom said that. And if you say Rafinha, then that's a draw. Then we have to open it up to the comments. So you take your
Yeah, but the comments are fucked because it's all RJ's fans and RJ.
There's Craig, DC. And
Craig,
that's all
who does Craig support?
typed in for the last few messages.
I have no idea. Craig, if you can you drop us who you support? We're interested to see who you support. Who are we going on the left then? Hold on, are we going to put Jotter up top then?
I'm putting Jotter up top.
Yeah. I agree with Tom. Kenny?
What was this again? Left winger or striker?
Striker.
Well, I can't really think of any other strikers, so probably Jotter.
Yeah, Jotter's fair. Jotter is going in then.
Yeah.
Gini, who were you going to pick?
Well, I was going to put Jotter on the left. I know he'd come on at striker because I really wanted Nathan Redmond in because he was absolutely brilliant. He got a goal and assist as well. But then I remembered that we have to put Matthews Pereira in. So.
Did he play a striker?
Yeah, he played 4-4-2 and he was up front with Ings.
Oh.
Yes. So Craig is in the comments. So Craig, let us know who you support. It's of interest of Gini. And then obviously on the left and on the left it is Pereira. Now we need to pick manager of the week. It's one of the questions we got. Oh god, Gini.
Well, why you say like that?
I don't like him.
Oh, neither do I. But if we're being unbiased, it has to be Sam Allardyce.
Yes, but I'm glad you lot say that because I'm just going to chuck it out there, Jurgen Klopp. Just anyone but Sam Allardyce, to be fair.
That change your votes, Liverpool fans.
No, Sam Allardyce had a better.
Yeah, but Tom and Gini know I have a fat ass agenda against Sam Allardyce, so I'm glad 3 others went for him. Now we're playing. Now out of these 11 players, we've got to pick player of the week.
Pereira.
Greenwood.
Oh, this guy.
Gini?
Pereira, spot on.
Yeah, I go Pereira as well. He was on another level.
Being serious, I would go Pereira.
Excellent. We do like it serious a little bit, believe it or not. Now for the worst player of the week. I have an idea. Tom's literally taken the words out of my mouth. I also picked Jorginho. Kenny?
Jorginho.
Jorginho is in, but Gini, who would you?
Yeah, I said Jorginho before as well. I thought he was awful.
Excellent. And Craig supports Liverpool. Liverpool to Gini.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
If you go Salah, we get Salah in this team. But no, you want to wank off Rafinha.
He picked Rafinha, so I got my star boy in. But to be fair, I did put in Trent and Thiago. I could have gone
to get it.
Hey, Tom. I could have gone for Sean. Hold up a minute. I could have gone for Sean Longstaff.
Wait,
but
highlight that comment, Niall.
What, the Rafinha over ML Greenwood?
Well, I'm guessing.
He said Greenwood's full name, didn't say Rafinha, clearly meaning that he thinks Greenwood's better because Rafinha isn't even respected enough to have him spell his own name correctly.
The thing is, Tom went for Salah anyway. If Gini was smart, he would have gone for Salah. But we got Greenwood, and to be fair, Greenwood did deserve it. He played very well against a Brighton side that are difficult and a United side that is basically horse manure. But I will be posting that team of the week on my thing later on tonight. Tom is absolutely
out of the 3 people mentioned for the right wing spot, Mason Greenwood got the lowest rating.
Oh, don't tell me you're using. Hold up, you're not using SofaScore, are you?
Yeah,
I am.
Oh, fuck off! Don't ever quote me a SofaScore. You can quote me.
Let's use 1 minute.
No. You can quote me stats, but you can never quote me a rating from SofaScore. Absolutely no way. That is
a 9 against Brighton.
That's disgraceful. I can't believe you just quoted.
Who got a 9?
Apparently Bruno did. I saw like a picture of it.
Yeah, they gave Bruno a bloody 9 because he got 2 assists.
Oh,
He didn't get 2 assists, did he? He got 1.
Yeah.
And you want to quote me SofaScore, Tom? Are you sure you want to be doing that? Because I think confidence in your footballing knowledge has just gone down by about 20%. The minute you started
Rafinha got an 8.3. He has to get in. I don't care. He has to get in.
Yeah, Rafinha is brilliant.
Well, at the end of the day, the team has been picked, and that is just simply how it will be. I will make sure that I put that up later on.
He's got a 3.4 today.
We have come to the end of the show. Obviously, the weekly review show can get a bit tense at this time, especially towards the end of the stream where we've got to pick team of the week.
Oh, fight! Massive fight, punches.
Ooh. Lots of punches. I like lots of punches.
No,
we'll stay live whilst
there.
we'll stay live whilst there's some arguing. I presume I'm about to see it.
Yeah, everyone's like ran over. I think it's Lingard and I can't tell which Wolves player.
Lingard was on the floor.
It's Neto.
What the fuck? Lingard and Neto?
Yeah.
Referees over there. Everyone's over there. Neto's being dragged away. Lingard's out. He was on the floor a minute ago.
Go on, Lingard.
Dawson is talking to the referee, as is Neves. Neto looks like he's walking away. Just a load of handbags, really. Lots of handbags, not enough fight. Tom has ran. But guys, we have come to the end of the stream. Before we go, make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Check out our Instagram at Let's Talk EPL_. Check out our Twitter at Let's Talk EPL. Join our Discord server. We're on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Plenty of stuff, plenty of new content coming, new ideas coming every single week. A new show coming up, the Tactical Analysis Show, coming every Wednesday and Friday, hosted by myself, joined by Gini and Tom. Wednesday is now the new day for the Arsenal show. It keeps moving, but hopefully we found a bloody day for it now. But this week we've got plenty. Obviously, Refs Watch on Thursday at 7 o'clock. We won't have a City show. I'm still looking for City fans. But don't forget, as I say, Refs Watch 7 p.m. The only place on YouTube where you'll have 2 referees talking about refereeing decisions and not one brain dead idiot asking a load of stupid questions and hoping for a good response. But Kenny, where can they? Oh, they can't really find you apart from on streams, can they?
They can find me on YouTube at Kenny. Not at Kenny ? But I might change my name soon. Also, remember to like and subscribe to this channel. In the future, you'll see me in the comments and sometimes popping into streams. And even when I'm not on, this channel still produces bangers.
Absolutely.
Kenny, you're not on Twitter?
I think he deactivated.
No, I deactivated because it was too toxic.
Fair enough.
It is Twitter after all. Genie, where can they find you?
Yeah, Genie in a Bottle on Twitter. And go and check my recent tweet because it's on like 70,000 views, by the way. We're global.
We love to see it. Love to see it. You can catch me at Nile_PAFC. Lots of random stuff going on in my Twitter. But make sure you, most importantly, you've liked and subscribed. We're so close to 150. If we can get that by the end of the next couple of days, I'll be buzzing. On the road to 200 by the end of the month. So let's make it happen, people. But thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with something. I'll come up with something.